Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday. Guess what? It's Chickie Day. It's not Chickie Day, it's just we had some chickie, so we're going to eat some chickie. We also decided that we didn't really know what to do as a side, and we've had a lot of
sides.
We've had a lot of broccoli because we had actually bought a strangely large amount of like frozen broccoli, but we've worked through it. And we've also still got a bunch of those pot stickers because they come in a bag of 60, and that's a lot. It takes a while to work through. But we have baked beans. And I love baked beans. So we've got chicken over there, and then we've also got beans over here. And we're going to eat both of them because that's how food works. Looks good. Mal decided to put some barbecue sauce on hers. I didn't really think that was necessary, so I just left the normal spices on it. What'd you put on it? Cajun?
The chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Cajun on it.
That sounds good. Been a while since we had baked beans, to be honest. I've always liked baked beans, but so often, growing up and then since I've been out of my parents' house also, they get associated with, like, cookouts.
They're not as good as your mom's.
Well,
she drains all the
course.
liquid and then she basically makes her own sauce. We didn't do that.
Yeah, she's got a special thing that she does when she makes baked beans. But they're always like cookout food, but like they're good all the time.
You should try the chicken.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
A little spicy.
Yeah, a little spicy.
Wow, it's got a little kick to it. Wow. Anyway, today's gone really good. We've been working on recording some Smash. Recorded a little bit of Smash. Took a break to eat dinner. Then we're going to go record a little bit more Smash. It's been nice because we've been doing so many streams that we've built up this really big backlog of streaming content, which is also episodic content that's coming out on YouTube. And now that we've built up all this stuff, we're slowly releasing it, and it's helping a lot. Like, I'm getting stuff done, on old projects as a result, and I'm just very grateful. And I've had some fun experiences working on Fallout again, and there's some stuff I want to talk about, but I want to wait until it's all said and done. When it's all said and done, I'll kind of recount some of the tales in making these last few episodes, and especially the finale. But we'll talk about it. First, I got a little more road ahead of me. Well, that went well. Good job, us. And then also, good job, Dan, because we did our first batch, and then we went downstairs and had dinner, and then we came upstairs and did our second batch. And when I was sending the second batch to Dan, I noticed we already had the first batch back. Dan can be fast. Dan can be very fast. And I guess he didn't have any other things that he was working on right at this moment. So when he got it, he was like, I'm going to do it. And he did. Cool. Anyway, I was hoping that I would end off the vlog day by having a Kit Kat, but I remembered something, and because of it, I can't have a Kit Kat. So it's been a few weeks, maybe a few months since I've talked about this, but some of you may recall that I was using an app on my phone called Care. It was basically an app that allowed you to log all of your food that you ate and the time that you ate it, and all of your bowel movements and what they were like, so you could try and figure out if maybe you had a food allergy or something like that. I never really updated past explaining that I was doing it. So I did it for about 2.5 months, probably, for about 10 weeks. And in that time, I learned nothing. I didn't really learn anything. There didn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to why my stomach was the way it was. The foods that were on my good days were the same foods that were on my bad days. There was not any, from what I could glean, any discernible difference between anything. So what that tells me is that either there is truly nothing and there's something completely different going on, which is a possibility, or if I want to delve further into that, I would need to do some sort of elimination diet. I would still like to do that at some point, but that is a lot harder to do during a pandemic because ideally you need to be going to the grocery store more often than we're going because you need to buy very specific foods. I would love to go super basic on what I'm eating and eat the same things and see if I level out with how my bowels are. But that's really hard to do. So instead, I decided to go a different route. And I did a little research to try and figure out, if I tried a probiotic, what strain I should try, because there's a bunch of different strains, and different ones tend to help different versions of IBS, and I believe that I have IBS-D. So I looked into it and found some things, and there's a lot of products out there. There's a lot of opinions and reviews. So I just went with one that I felt would be beneficial. And at this point, I don't remember what the product is called. It's in there on the nightstand. But it says to take on an empty stomach before bed. So that's the full circle I made to explain. I was going to have a Kit Kat, and then I remembered I'm not supposed to eat anything before bed. So I may have a cup of tea. I hope I can have a cup of tea. I imagine that that's okay. But then I'm going to start taking this probiotic. Will it do anything? I don't know. It may not. I looked into this a little bit, and it doesn't seem that the efficacy of probiotics are really that debated. There's definitely something happening, but it's for certain people. You have to figure out which strain is beneficial for you specifically, and that can be something that's very difficult to find out. And also, maybe it won't affect you at all. So I decided that I would try one and see what happens. Generally, it can take 1 to multiple weeks before you see any results. So I'm just going to use this vlog as an opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to try this because it is easier to do than the other option of an elimination diet during a pandemic, and we'll see what happens. I will keep you all up to date about how it's going, and hopefully it'll go well. But again, it could take a few weeks before I even notice anything, and there's always the possibility that I'll finish that bottle, which I think is a 2-month supply, and then I'll be like, I did not notice any difference, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?